A very good morning to class 6 student. Class 6 student, we already learned this chapter, A Tale of Two Birds. Now, today I'm going to tell you the summary of the chapter. Then, after, we'll go through the question and answers of this chapter. And what you need to do is you have to also note down the question and answer in your fair notebook. So, let's begin the chapter. A Tale of Two Birds. This one is a story of two birds and the mother bird. So, in this story, A Tale of Two Birds summary is about a mother bird who live in a forest. She has two babies who were newborn that also live with her, right? The nest in which the mother bird lived in a tall tree on a stormy night filled with thunder, lightning, and rain. The wind starts blowing. It caused the tree to fall down, which result in the death of the mother bird. Consequently, the wind blow away the little birds. After the storm pass, one bird find itself near a cave. Near that cave lives a gang of robbers. On the other hand, the second bird fell a little distance away near the ashram of Rishi. Thus, the storm separated the two birds to little baby birds. So, in order to survive, the first one makes their home on a tree, which is near the cave of the gang of robbers. Whereas the second one makes their nest on a tree near the ashram of the rishi. As time passes by, the little bird turned young on one day. A king is visiting the area nearby as he follows a deer. This tree him this trees him and he decided to get off his horse and take a rest nearby the follow the deer. This tree tires him and decided to get off his horse and rest near a cave. To his surprise, when he rested, he heard a bird voice. A big in a big is brown in color and it starts calling out to robbers. It invites them to come and snatch the jewels of the king and steal his horse. This scares the king and this scares the king who is sitting near about the robbers cave, and it invites them to come and snatch the jewels of the king and steal his horse. This scares the king and he flees the area as soon as possible on his horse. He reaches the Rishi ashram soon and sat down under the tree once again to rest. What happened next surprised to him. Again he heard a bird voice which welcomes him and asks him to take rest inside the ashram. He looked at it and remembered it, the same brown bird which he saw earlier near the cave. Thus it confused him how similar looking birds can be, so contrasting in nature because the birds are same. Both of them are the brothers. So king think about that the birds can be so contrasting in nature. Why is it so? The rishi cleared his confusion and tell him that one outside the cave was this bird sibling. He tells the king that they have different nature because they grew up with a different company. As the first one grew up with robbers, so he talks like that, the vice versa. Finally, Rishi says that our company matters and determine our nature. So, students, did you understand the conclusion of a tale of two birds summary is what? The conclusion of this story is that a tale of two birds summary teaches us that we must make friends and good nature. We must make friends with good nature people. If we live in the company of bad peoples, we will also turn out like them. But if we stay with good peoples, we can build our character. Again, I am going to telling you the same thing. A tale of two birds summary teaches that we must make friends with good nature people. If we live in the company of bad peoples, we will also turn out like them. But if we stay with good peoples, we can build our character. So this one is all about the summary of the chapter. Now, moving forward to the question and answers of this chapter. So, what you need to do is you have to also note down the question and answers of this chapter in your notebook. So, the first question, we also turned the page. So, just wait for that. So, these are the questions. There are six questions in your notebook. What you need to do is you have to write down the questions and then answers in your notebook, and then after you have to send it to me in my personal WhatsApp number. All of you know my personal WhatsApp number is 9953630979. So let's talk about the question and answer of this chapter. So the first question: how did the two baby birds get separated? All of you know that why how two baby birds are get separated. The two baby birds lived in a tall tree with their mother. One day, a big storm blew. The tree came down. The mother bird was killed. The strong wind blew the two chicks away to the other side of the forest at a little distance from each other. Thus, they got separated from each other. So, this one is the answer of this question, right? How did the two baby birds get separated? The two baby birds lived in a tall tree with their mother. One day, a big storm blew. The tree came down. The mother bird was killed. The strong wind blew the two chicks away to the other side of the forest at a little distance from each other. Thus, they got separated from each other. So, this one is the answer of first question. You need to write it down all the answers in your notebook, right? Then moving forward to the next question. Where did each of them find a home? Where did each of them find a home? One of the young bird one of the young bird came down near a cave. A gang of robbers lived there. The other bird landed outside the ashram of the rishi at a little distance away. So it happens because of the storm, right? So you need to write it down as well as you have to memorize the question and answers also, because after memorizing the question and answer, what had happened, it's easy for you to learn the question and answer, right? So the first question is, how did the two baby bird get separated? How did the two baby bird get separated? The two baby bird lived in a tall tree with their mother. One day a big storm blew. The tree came down. The mother bird was killed. The strong wind blew and two chicks away to the other side of the forest at a little distance from each other. Thus they got separated from each other. So now moving forward to the next question.